Okay, Moscow, here we go.
Such a good time! What a night.
Do you think that was one of the best gigs of the whole tour?
Oh, undoubtedly.
Not just
I'm not just saying that.
No.
It was one of the best gigs of the whole tour. One of the most memorable gigs of my whole life. I mean, everything. I could carry on singing till the cows come home, but I don't know the lyrics.
When we originally thought of doing a tour, John Reed and I and Ray Cooper, we all sat down and we said, let's go to places that we haven't been to before. Places, for example, that I wasn't very popular in, like Israel, Switzerland, France. And we'd never played Spain and Northern Ireland or Southern Ireland. And then John said, well, what about Russia? And we said, well, yeah, okay, we'd love to, but how do we go about it? Because I thought it would be absolutely out of the question. But it all went very, very smoothly. Mr. Kukkonen, who's the Russian state concert guy, came to see the show in Oxford, in England, and he didn't ask for any changes. In fact, he said, "Is that the concert we will see?" And we all said, "Yes, that's it." Even so, I think we all felt up to the last minute that someone somewhere would give us a no or a niet, as they say. Benny and the Niet.
Most people think Elton John or any other artist turns up at a theatre and they use the theatre lights, theatre sound. The Elton John show consists of 13 tons of equipment packed in 2 tractor trailers. We carry our own pianos, electric pianos, carpets, drapes, all the lighting systems, sound systems, props and wardrobe.
First of all, we hang all the lamps. The next thing to do is to run the mains cables. Now, it's very important that we tell people when we get the cables out of these boxes that they don't just tip them all out on the floor, but they see me.
Нет, Леня, именно сделай так, смотри. Фаза. А это?
Why, not fireproof? It hides all the ugly
Он
truck
говорит,
from the
что
audience.
это прячет вот это вот все вот металлическую, эти
Да ничего, ну декоративные. Ничего смертельного из конструкции будет видно, подумайте.
Do not switch it off. Does he understand?
Yes. So that fits in like that, tighten up on the ring like that.
Being such a large stage area, everything has to be black, everything at all. So that they covered the whole back area with black drape, and they're bringing side drapes in, so like it would bring the whole area down to focus on Elton himself.
Stand by, 1, 2, 3, go. Stop.
Level, John.
Oh, look at that piano, yeah, look. Oh, look at that one. Oh, that's beautiful.
You hear, I mean, I've been told Russian audiences are very warm, but then you don't know what sort of audience you're going to get. Are you going to get an older audience because all the tickets are just distributed? They're not sold, are they? I've got no idea. I mean, I've got the horrors about going there and going out and seeing the first 7 or 8 rows, like 70 years of age.
Под этими тракторами он сразу разойдет рояль.
As soon as he got it in tune, the lights, the heat from the lights was putting it back out of tune. So we suggested that he waits till the sound check was over, where the lights won't be needed, and then he can tune it then.
We're just finishing off, all the sound system is up, it's all working, we're just miking up the stage. And as soon as that's finished, we're going to have some tea.
So I work as the ghost concert of the USSR, the State Concert Society, which signed the contract for Elton John's tour in the Soviet Union. That means singer and pianist player Elton John and Ray Cooper drums, Great Britain. Tickets are on sale, but you can see that there is something, a piece of paper. That means that tickets are sold out.
Spasiba is thank you.
Thank you.
Dobry wieczór. As long as I remember that. Dogman Pincher. Yeah. Nostrovie is cheers. And Spakoni Norci. No, Spakoni Norci. Is good night. No, that's all right. What is help?
Дорогие товарищи, программа нашего концерта идет без перерыва. А сейчас поет Элтон Джон.
It's a little bit funny, feeling inside, like one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes oceans and travel and show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, yeah, this one's for you. Off from Mars, well, a few of the verses would have got me quite cross, but the sun's been quite kind. Well, I wrote this song, it's for people like you that keep it turned on. So excuse me for getting these things I do, you see, I've forgotten if they're green or they're blue. Anyway, the thing is, what I really mean, those are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. And you can tell everybody it may be quite simple, but now that it's done, hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in the words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. Hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind. Спасибо. До вечера.
I knew nobody really has heard of me over here. And so when I went out on stage in the polite applause, it was a battle to start with. I mean, I felt very nervous, and I can't speak any Russian. And I think the ice was broken by the first girl who came down and gave me the flowers and asked for the autograph. I felt more at home then.
Daniel is traveling tonight on a plane. I can see the red tail lights heading for Spain. Oh, I can see Daniel waving goodbye. Oh, it looks like Daniel must be the clouds in my This Spain is pretty, though I've never been. And Daniel says it's the best place he's ever seen. Oh, you should know he's been there enough. Oh, I miss Daniel. Oh, I miss him so. Daniel, thank you.
I come on in this very strange part of the show where everybody's already had an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes of a very much Elton and his piano and Bernie's lyrics and the songs and everything else, which is wonderful. And there's almost a feeling, perhaps, one senses it backstage, and certainly I think if one is in the audience, one certainly feels it. It's either kind of time to go home, having been totally fulfilled as an evening's end entertainment, or to switch over channels virtually to the next, whatever. So I come on in a puff of smoke and produce what is perhaps a little bit extra, and it should be totally different.
Just let the curtains close in silence. Tonight, why not approach with less defiance? The man who'd love to see you smile. The man who'd love to see you smile. The man who'd love to see you smile. Ray Cooper. Time love is bringing me down, and I just can't get started with you. My love, I hear you say that I'm too hard-hearted. Why those stars from your eyes, and you get quite a surprise because of you. See, everybody's got a part-time love. Insane. Running around, there's no child on the hero. Still, you try telling me all the things I must stay where I don't tell me what to do. And you've been doing it too because of you. Me, and everybody's got a part-time love. I'm falling, oh I can't break. Baby, you keep on stalling. I beg you to see that again.
was told just before I went on not to kick the piano stool away on Benny and the Jets tonight. And not to do back in the USSR.
But you did.
Well, I didn't kick the piano, I placed the piano stool. Well, I didn't get on my knees. I thought I'll make a compromise, but I didn't see what was wrong with singing back in the USSR, as all I sing is back in the USSR. So we ended up 1-1 and they enjoyed it. So it was like, there's someone big here tonight, I think. Cyril Smith.
Yeah, I thought the interesting thing in the show last night was when the lights went down, the people, the official guests got up and started to leave. Well, it's all over, and they moved to the side, and at that same time, the other part of the audience moved down. And I was kind of watching the official guests' faces, and again, there was that mystery. Why is all this going on? And you see all this dancing and this expression and so forth, and it's a dangerous thing. You know, it's a dangerous. It's a real powerful force. I mean, you saw what happened in the West in the 50s and 60s with this music. And so, what do? Do you try to like keep the young people? They know what's going on. Do you give them a taste of it, or do you give them too much? You know, that's a really interesting issue. The question is, what's going to happen the next time a ban applies?
To some extent, I think the authorities are a bit worried that this looks like a sort of slight weakening, a sort of concession to Western culture, Western pop rock taste, which still isn't fully accepted here. They have decided to let him come, and I think they're trying to make the most of it, and will obviously be very proud to show the world that he has come here. But I think within the higher echelons, it does cause a little uneasiness.
I seem to be getting warnings from all over the place now, from our side particularly, about toning the whole show down, because everybody's very, very aware and frightened of our normal show, bringing people to the feet too much and everything else. But it's sad because the warnings are coming from people that you know, I don't really consider to understand what crowd control is about. I mean, it's up to Elton and myself, who after all are supposedly the artists, and if we don't know about how to bring a crowd and then take it back again, then, you know, I mean, after when the lights go down, it's our show, you know.
It was funny because we really couldn't tell on stage what was different from the first night. I mean, they were all still enjoying it and you could see it. But I kept looking at Ray and he was working his nuts off and people weren't getting up at all. And we found out later that if the kids did get up, then there were men in navy blue suits who pushed them down again.
you had a chance to travel around, if you went to the Ukraine and rode in the taxis or in the hotels, you hear the radios tuned all the time to Polish radio stations picking up rock music. Leningrad is close enough to the West, too. I think people in Leningrad pick up from Western radios a lot of rock music. But everywhere you go, people know about it. They don't even have to buy the records on the black market anymore. People who go to East Germany in the army make a lot of cassette recordings off the radio. And then they bring them back, and then they make them again for their friends. And they don't have recording equipment where you can plug in, and so they just put the two tape recorders next to each other. And you might hear a tape that's been made 15 or 16 times down the line.
All over the world, youth comes together. And I mean that if my friend has any records of Elton John, he always will give me. And I think every one person who has got any good tape recorder or any, well, I don't suppose record player, because we don't produce records of Elton John. It's very hard to get. It's just Western plates.
Yeah.
But who has a tape recorder? Everybody has some reel of tapes with Elton John. And it's very, very popular in Russia.
Everywhere I've traveled in the Soviet Union, the thing that surprises me is just how much people know about Western rock, how much Western rock you hear. People have tapes, people have records. The bands in restaurants can play almost any Western song that you ask them to play. And I think the officials, the culture commissars, are coming to terms with rock.
When I was first trying to make it as a musician, as Elton John, I always said that I would try and avoid playing to people who were eating, because I'd had enough of that in cabaret when I was playing piano for Long John Baldry. So when I got to the hotel and people were saying, oh, go on, get up on stage, I was very reluctant, but the first bottle of vodka sort of took my mind off it, really. After the restaurant thing, the next day we were supposed to go to the Winter Palace, and I was so hungover I had to leave, so I left it all to Ray. I think it's better because he looks more of a revolutionary than I do. He looks quite menacing, and I can just see him chucking the first brick through Nicholas and Alexandra's window.
I've just been told some things. What is it? 1,052 bedrooms, 500 fireplaces, and 500 servants for a family of 7. I think that says quite a lot. Incredible place. We've got a perfect example, I think, of somewhere where they obviously, in the new phraseology, whatever, went right over the top.
morning, Professor. This is our fee for the tour, you know. Isn't it unbelievable?
I was just remarking, I think it was a sort of place Rod Stewart would like to buy it.
Yes, if we could afford it.
I thought the Summer Palace was absolutely incredible. I mean, they must have spent millions restoring it, because when we were there, we saw photographs of how it looked after the Germans had bombed it and flattened it.
expect that in Moscow it will be more success and will be great pleasure for everyone Russian who will take concert. Here it is. But maybe do you like sweets? Oh,
It's made a lasting impression on me, Leningrad. I think musically, if I'm going to write something, Leningrad will always spring to mind. I think that will have a very big effect on it, because I can't get Leningrad out of my mind. And I thought Moscow was going to be like East Berlin, which is cold and grey and miserable. And in fact, Moscow is just like Manchester or cold and grey and miserable. No, no, it's a much prettier city than I thought as well.
There's been some criticism about you coming to Russia because of the dissidents and the Jewish problem and the political situation in general.
One has to make up one's mind. I'm a musician, and in this tour we've been to Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland, Israel, Russia, places where there are political things happening that one might not particularly agree with. But then I think in most countries in the world there are also things that one doesn't agree with. There are things in the States. I mean, if I wouldn't say I'm not going to tour America because I can't stand Anita Bryant and how popular she is. But I think you have to choose between the two things. One, you choose between the musicianship thing and coming over here, and you know, the old adage is music brings everybody together.
Так он сразу будет с панорамой вниз. Да. Куда повез? Подожди минуту. Сейчас попадешь.
Well, Elton John, we are glad that you are here in our studio.
Thank you. Спасибо.
Well, you learned Russian.
Oh, just one word, спасибо.
Заметно здесь, на этом диске. Удобно нам спросить нашего гостя о том, что стоит за всем этим, что он хочет сказать вот этой всей актерской эксцентрикой людям.
Is it always that you prefer this kind of clothes, this kind of image?
Well, when I was very young, I was not allowed to wear the clothes that I wanted to. And so, consequently, since then, I've always... I go from period of... from time... I wear suits sometimes. You wouldn't recognize me, so I'm very sober with a suit and tie on. I wear clothes to express my feelings at the moment. It changes again. My moods change, and so does my clothes. I don't really consider the clothes to be that much important towards my music. I think a lot of people have said that my music has suffered because of my clothes, which is absolutely ludicrous. I mean, there's no logic in that. But I do a lot of things with my tongue in my cheek.
Yes. Do you think, Elton, that going away from Russia, you will get some Russian influence?
Oh, definitely. I think I've gleaned something from the atmosphere in Russia to write something, absolutely, yes. I went to Brazil and I came back and I wrote something from Brazil, so I was only there 4 days. I think Russia's had a far bigger influence on me than, say, Brazil had.
Can we have a request? Express our request?
Для наших телезрителей исполнить какую-нибудь песню, а если можно выполнить непосредственно мою просьбу, то я бы очень хотела попросить песню, чтобы Элтон Джон исполнил песню «Свеча на ветру» памяти Мерлин Монро. Можно?
Yes, certainly.
Thank you very much.
Around you crawl. They crawled out of the woodwork and they whispered into your brain. They set you on the treadmill and they made you change your name. And it seems to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind, never knowing who to cling to when the rain set in. And I would have liked to know you, but I was just a kid. Your candle burned out long before your legend ever did. Goodbye, Norma Jean. Though I never knew you at all, you had the grace to hold yourself with those around you. More than just a Marilyn Monroe. And it seems to me you've lived your life like a candle better off dead. There was a face on a hoarding that someone had drawn on, and just enough time for the night to pass by without warning. Away in the distance, there's a blue flashing light. Someone's in trouble, somewhere in line. As the flickering neons that faded to view. For the wind blows away all of yesterday's views. Locked up the door, and they're back behind you. They always could find us, but they never could catch us. Through the green street window of our Lorna Cafe, we were still resting, get taken away. And the serene haze acknowledging me as the horn of the drums sounding from the street. Got the street from the corner, the cold and the fire. If you ask how I am, then I'll just say inspired. The dawn of the road with the dawn in your side. Then you're better off dead if you ever get down.
Ray likes to make a dramatic entrance, and he uses it to the best possible use, standing there like, well, something out of Madame Tussauds or the Chamber of Horrors, really. I think the press has been very articulate, especially in Europe. He was described as a grave digger, a deputy clerk, a deputy headmaster, a 40-year-old punk, 46-year-old punk. It didn't please him at all. And the Brighton Argus, which I said in England was the bastion of English journalism, described him as Steptoe dressed up to go out to a disco.
I'm endeared to the one of the newest one, in fact, by the ambassador here, the demented civil servant. I think it fulfills my wish to be the dream of every bank manager and the dream of every civil servant.
They'd all like to be up there.
Oh, yes. No, I think they'd all like to rob their own banks and all like to sort of do all sorts of wonderful things. It's the water mitty in everyone, you know.
The British ambassador came to see us at one of the Moscow gigs, and we were all invited back to the embassy for an official reception, which was very nice, and we were all on our best behaviour, and I told my mum not to eat with her hands.
Hello, hello. Yes, hello. We did it. We enjoyed the performance. It was absolutely wonderful, yes.
Harvey Elton.
Hello. Yes. Yes, come in. You must be famished now, are you?
Well, we are a little bit hungry, yes. This is wonderful. It's quite fun.
You? Yes, oh yes.
What amazed me was the way people left us alone in the streets. For example, our trip to Red Square. There was Elton. He was wearing a purple jacket, yellow trousers, an earring, and high-heeled boots. And yet people behaved as if it was something they'd see any day of the week. They seemed to be much more interested in the changing of the guard outside Lenin's tomb.
Yeah. Stand up watching the fly past.
Isn't it?
Should we just walk over there a little bit?
Yeah.
People over here are very, very quiet and very, very polite. I mean, they're inquisitive, but it doesn't seem to be a big deal for them at all. They gather round in crowds, but they don't gawk, and they're not rude like other people are in other places. Although I've noticed that when they ask you for your autograph, you just get halfway through signing it, and they think that's it. And I'm saying, no, 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 there's more to come yet, as I start on the John. And they just run away halfway through an autograph.
They'll never have it finished, darling.
Blimey, they've got to put all the track down and everything.
A lot of the press out here think we were allowed in because of the Olympic Games in 1980. I suppose if you're sitting at home in Minneapolis wondering whether to go to Russia or not, you might feel a little bit more reassured if you hear that a rock and roll tour's just been over there.
I think they're aware that it will be good PR for the Olympics. I also think they picked on me because as I say, I'm pretty safe. And I'm very glad I came because it's such a great place. But I don't think they have any worries about the Moscow Olympics. I mean, there's 100,000 people going to be sitting in the stadium. And they want the tourists to come over because they want the money. But they could fill this over and over again with just people from Russia because, I mean, there's queues 5 or 6 miles long every day to see Lenin's tomb, so they won't have any trouble selling tickets. But they want people from outside to come to Russia with the thought that it's going to be a pleasurable experience. I think one thing we've noticed here is how incredibly proud of their country Russian people are.
Packed my bags last night for the flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. I miss the earth so much, I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space. I'm such a tireless flight. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round. I get to find I'm not the man that think I am at home. Oh, no, 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 I'm a rocket man. Rocket man, burning out his fuse I've ever known. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round. I get to find I'm not the man that think I am at home. Oh, no, 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 I'm a rocket man. Rocket man, burning out his fuse I've ever known. Bars ain't the kind of place to raise your kids. In fact, it's cold as hell. There's no one there to raise them. If you did, and all the science I don't understand. It's just my job 5 days a week. A rocket man, a rocket man. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round. I get to find I'm not the man that think I am at home. Oh, no, 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 I'm a rocket man. Rocket man, burning out my fuse I've ever known. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me around. I got to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh, no, 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 I'm a rocket man. Rocket man, burning out his fuse I've ever known. And I think it's gonna be a long, long
Rocket Man, So Good, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Crocodile Rock, Greatest Hits, number 1, number 2, Captain Fantastic. He very greatest singer and very beautiful voice.
In Russia, it's been for the first time an opportunity to be totally honest. There has been a newness which we haven't felt from an audience from a long, long time. They were new to us as we were to them, although, of course, they have heard some of Elton's songs. There was a genuine feeling of a new departure here. Something was going to happen that was up to Elton and myself to work for. And the result is, I think, that we have a memorable experience of working very hard for a response which has been very genuine from the Russian audiences.
Are you happy with the response?
Oh, absolutely total. I mean, it's a challenge, and I don't think we could have expected anything more. And, you know, hopefully, I know it sounds very pompous and everything, but we came over here. Hopefully we'll be able to open up the way for other people to come over, because these people over here are dying for people to come over, you know. Not literally dying, but they're just craving for more music, and they're so knowledgeable about Western music. And if we can help sort of get more people over here, it's like Northern Ireland as well. More people should go there. More people should take chances and go to other places except money-making places, because I think they come out of it as we have. Far better artists. It's enriched us coming here. Just the people and the place, just to see it is magnificent.
Have you got a ticket for tonight? No.
Ian, would you like a ticket?
I very like.
Would you give me all your Elton John albums for a ticket?
No.
Here you have a ticket.
Thank you very much.
We'd like to thank you, Russia, Moscow, Leningrad. We've had a fantastic time. Thank you very much. You're really good. На здоровье. Russian. Rock and roll time for you. Scanley, you ever seen my maze? Well, tell me when the boys get here. 7 o'clock and I want to ride. Want to get my belly full of beer. My old man's drunker than a barrel full of monkeys. And my old lady, she don't care. My sister looks cute in her braces and boots, with a handful of grease in her hair. So I'm telling you, don't ever stand in on the wrist, and I'm with the kiss out there. Saturday night's on back, go fight, and turn in. Little mama's on the diesel train, I'm in the stands tonight. Saturday night's gonna ride. Feeling all the bumpers, always playing clean. You plays my intuition, the digit counters fall. They get down the blind kid. Shopping man, Saturday night's alright. Saturday night's alright. Saturday night's alright. Saturday night's alright. Saturday night. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright.